What do you personally view as a scam that everyone accepts otherwise? Submitted by Aurallius. Workout, meal plan apps that you have to pay for. All of their workouts and meal recipes are Googleable and extremely generic. There's no face time between you and the app people, so there's no individuality in it. I don't get how people fall for it at all. Credit repair companies. When mom says, "If you tell the truth, I won't get mad." And extra large flashlights. Wish.com. The shopping channel. They just get some common product, slap a few mouthy salesmen on it with an infomercial and sell it for 10x the price. They're just screwing over pre-internet senior citizens. Inkjet printer cartridges. Hotels charging for Wi-Fi. Also flights. You're telling me I can get free Wi-Fi from libraries, coffee shops, the dentist, and the bus, but I can't get Wi-Fi included with this $189 per night room? If I spend more than $2, I want free Wi-Fi. This one of those threads in which it's best to sort by controversial. Buying college textbooks. Change.org petitions. Unpaid internships. The cost of data plans in Canada. Edit. I'm so ecstatic, my first comment after years of lurking got a silver thank you. Flamingos. They might be real birds, but just barely. Organic produce. I grew up on an orchard, so I know that it's actually pretty easy to follow organic standards. Contrary to popular belief, organic does not mean no sprays. It just means that the sprays you used were on a very long list of approved sprays. In the US anyway. I can't speak for other countries. And then actually being able to use the term organic requires a very expensive certification process. So all that organic means is that big companies can charge higher prices for their produce. Edit. I've gotten a whole bunch of replies that I haven't had time to get to, so I'll put some things here. Organic does not necessarily taste better than other methods. What really makes a difference in flavor is whether the produce was picked green and shipped or picked ripe. Sometimes it is a placebo, since many people feel like buying organic is the right thing and assume that must make it taste better. I'm not going to claim that this happens for everyone, but I encourage people to look this up for themselves. There's a really interesting bit on that in the Penn and Teller video on this topic, and I really recommend giving that a watch. UK Gen 6 posted a really good video below that also cites some reliable sources. All the answers to this are things that 95% of people consider scams. Edit. I wrote this when there were like 20 comments, which were all shitty. There are now plenty of good comments, such as flamingos, which I did not realize were a scam until today. Priority boarding for airlines. Personally, if I paid extra, I would want to be the last person on the plane. I sit down, we go. I wouldn't pay extra to make my plane time longer by 30 minutes just to have 100 people bump into me as they board. Transaction processing fees. When you order a digital product online, such as a concert ticket, you pay $16 extra while you pay online, and then have to print the ticket yourself. 2 Pokemon games coming out at once that are almost the exact same. Shakes for weight loss. Diet culture. Not getting healthy, or changing your diet, or anything like that. I'm talking to subscribing to an actual diet, like keto, Weight Watchers, etc., and paying hundreds of dollars a month for cookbooks, food subscriptions, bullshit cleanses, etc. The diet industry makes millions of dollars a year. Their focus is to keep you fat and unhappy. You will either keep gaining the weight back and blaming yourself, or you'll give up and stay fat and hate yourself. Talk to a doctor about changing your diet if you're unhappy with your body. There's no reason to suck a diet stick. High school rings. I don't know why people buy themes here. What do you use them for? Edit 1. Holy fuck, this blew up. Edit 2. The fact that a lot of people are arguing with me proves my point that I view it as a scam, while others don't. That's what the question was asking. Edit 3. For those who don't know what a class ring is, it's a ring that you can buy when you're going to graduate. Details vary from ring to ring, but it generally has the school's logo on it. Can be customized a bit, and costs anywhere from $100 to $1,000 depending on the materials, what school you go to, etc. Edit 4. Some people are bringing up class rings that were handed down to them by their parents. You didn't buy the class ring. Your parents did. And I still don't see the point in making something as silly as a class ring a family heirloom this year. Edit 5. Obligatory. Thanks for the gold, kind stranger. Quote. College in America. It's absolutely absurd that they can hold your transcripts hostage, charge $600 a year for a parking pass, require that the first year be spent on campus, rotate out a $500 textbook every single semester that was written by your professor, and basically can find any other way to outrageously overcharge students while promoting predatory lending and saying they're not for profit. Donating on GoFundMe. Edit. Not the company itself. The scammy users. You never know if they're pocketing your money or using your money for what they said the cause is. Here in house, a lot of pointless store warranties and such to cover you if it breaks or needs to be replaced. Motherfucker, no. This is Australia, not America. If you sell me a product that is faulty or breaks in an unreasonable time frame, or breaks during reasonably foreseeable use, all I have to do is prove it came from you. Don't even need a receipt if I can do it another way. Bank statement, for instance. And you are providing a replacement or full refund in the method you initially received payment. Because that's how our consumer law works. So Centercom, feel free to take your restocking fee up with Australian consumer law. Not me. Not Susan B. Komen. Breast cancer awareness. Edit. Susan G. Komen. Close enough. Subscriptions like Xbox Live Gold, PlayStation Plus, etc. It feels odd to have to own a console plus monitor, TV, buy a game, have an already paid internet subscription, and then above that, before you can even play the game. Not all of them. It's clearly stated which games you need a subscription for and which not. You need a paid subscription to your console's online service. They aren't too expensive, but it just feels a little odd. I do not own any consoles myself, nor am I trying to speak bad about console players. It just feels odd to me personally. Life coaching, wealth building, yada yada yada. Removal of the headphone jack from flagship phones. It's not accepted by everyone just yet, but more and more people seem to be. The removal is a scam. This year the headphone jack was fine for over 100 years. But as soon as Apple started to remove it for no good reason, other than sell their own proprietary accessories, the jack suddenly becomes obsolete. BS to that. Any seminar entitled Secrets to Building Your Wealth or something in a similar vein. The only secret is that you attending is building some other person's wealth. The funeral industry. Poor families get robbed of so much money just to put on a respectful funeral. And because they're grieving, it's seriously kicking them while they're down. You don't need to pay hundreds or sometimes thousands of dollars to have grandma embalmed, made up with corpse makeup, put in a casket worth an arm and a leg, and lowered into a hole filled with roses, to be topped with an ornate expensive headstone. I wish natural burials were more mainstream, where the body is put in its favorite outfit, wrapped in a biodegradable sheet, and placed in an amount of dirt to be absorbed by the earth. Big funeral companies are benefiting off of people's grief, and it's disgusting. Psychics. How do these people live with themselves when they are taking advantage of people in their time of mourning, loss? It's cheaper to go a therapist. Any kind of over-the-counter pill, vitamin, cream or personal cleansing product that is usually unisex but claims that this particular one is for men or women only. It's the same razor model but in a different color. Gillette, I'm onto your shit. Also, I don't even like the color blue, I like pink. You sexist fuckers. The lottery. I'll save all the money I didn't spend on the poor tax and have that for beer money. Overdraft payments. Microtransactions in games that you paid $60 to play in the first place. But I don't buy them. They don't affect me. Yes, they do. If we don't say anything, the publishers are going to push for microtransactions in more and more games until you are affected. And then what? Payment plans for phones and just paying $1,000 for a phone in general. Pancake mix. You literally only need flour and baking powder plus a bit of salt. That's it. That's all it is. The liquid ingredients, milk, eggs, are still the same. Don't spend your money on boxed pancake mix. Department store credit cards. I know so many young people who are drowning in debt because a perky cashier offered to save them 10% by opening a card. Cutco and Vector Marketing. They hired so many of my old peers in high school and took advantage of the whole community. Weddings. So-called body cleanses. Whether it be juice, herbal pills or something else. College, universities, the makeup, fashion industry, and popcorn prices at the cinema. Greeting cards. I never buy one. I can just call the person and say things to them. Monsieur, my wife insists on getting them for everything. She has a phone, for fuck's sake. Call someone and say happy birthday. Call someone and say I fucked your monsieur. You don't need a card for that. Working overtime without overtime pay. Tipping. It's a scam restaurant owners use to keep wages low and profits in their pockets. Colleges and higher education. Robbing kids blind. Cell phone data plans. Any company that makes you go to their dealers for repairs. Like Apple. Just so you have to pay triple the amount. If you had gotten an Android and watched a YouTube video, you could have fixed the problem yourself in 20 minutes for about $10. Companies like Susan G. Komen that say why they support cancer awareness. My 7th grade 7th period class showed us a documentary that showed that certain companies use chemicals in their meat that can cause cancer, and that those same companies are sponsors for Komen and such. The documentary is called What the Health, for anyone wondering. Health insurance.